Yeah, that should be a horse collar. Oh my gosh. Yep, horse collar. Yep. Defense. Yeah. Still first down. Oh yeah, you gotta be smarter than that. I don't understand how. Like Missouri should be blowing Auburn out, but this game is closer. Like it's still 3-3. Still 3-3. Anyways, whatever. All right. Hello, people. What's going on? Like I said last night, we are going to do a preview for this morning on some things for college football week 8. As you guys know, we got a lot of big games tonight. One of them, right off the top of my head, is we have a top 5 matchup. Oh, get him! Dude, Peyton Thorne cannot run any kind of QB draw or anything. Dude is stinky. Oh, get him. Oh. Yeah, look at that. Louisville's marching right down the field against the Canes. All right, anyways. No, so, like, for example, right off the top of my head that I can think of, I mean, we got Texas versus Georgia later tonight, and then we got Tennessee versus Alabama. So, a couple top 10 matchups in college football. Sorry for week 8. But the first things that I did want to cover, because I wrote it down because I was going to do a just like a daily show yesterday after I got done with work, but I didn't end up doing one. So I was like, you know what? I'll just save the little section of news for college football. I'll save it for my week 8 preview. And number one is that the quarterback for Georgia Tech, King, he is going to be out against Notre Dame today. And so what looked to be a really close game, you know, King versus Leonard, probably not. I will say Georgia Tech's lost a couple of dumb games this year, and so I think with, you know, missing Haynes King is going to definitely affect that game against the Irish, and so yeah, there's that. The other one is Cam Rising, because of how the Arizona State game ended last weekend. He did get rolled up on, which actually watching the replay back, dude very well could have tore his other ACL. Like, that was a nasty tackle. It looked like a routine tackle, and you could see that he got up and started to hobble. Like, it looked like a pretty gross tackle. Shit. Dude, I haven't been yawning all day. I don't know why the fetch I'm yawning all of a sudden. But, like, it looked like a pretty routine tackle. But after he got rolled up on, you could tell he was gimpy for the rest of the game. But Coach Whittingham has called it and said that he is out indefinitely, which, if he didn't play another snap this season, would grant him a red shirt and an 8th year of eligibility. Honestly, a lot of people aren't on board with it, and a lot of people are talking smack, like, dude, just give it up, dude, go to the NFL, dude, go get a job. And a lot of people are complaining that he shouldn't be guaranteed another year, which, I mean, the NCAA's done this to themselves, especially with the 2020 rule, with that loophole of Pac-12 to gain other, you know, athletes an extra year of eligibility, which I think that one should be washed away now, because we're 5 seasons away from 2020. You know what I mean? So that one should go away. But with how the fact is, because they've looked at it and they've showed the stat year after year after year after year. Dude hasn't played 4 years of college football. Dude has been, you know, in college football since 2018, but he actually hasn't played 4 seasons, which is why he's even, like, everybody looks, and the only seasons that he's played a full season, 2021 and 2022. Look at how successful they were those seasons. Both had Rose Bowl appearances, one against Ohio State, and then the other one against Penn State, where he inevitably tore his ACL, which he has not been the same ever since. What happened to Raiola? Oh, he's gimpy. Yeah, whatever. But regardless, here's the thing. I think Cam Rising's still that quarterback. Everybody's granted one bad performance. I mean, look at the first half for Carson Beck last couple weeks ago against Alabama. Stetson Bennett had a few bad days. Even this young season, I mean, Quinn Ewers has had a bad game or two. Actually, no, he hasn't, because they're winning. Jalen Milroe, he's had a bad game. Even though his team lost against Vandy. Who else has had a bad game? That's a good quarterback. Riley Leonard's had a bad game. So, quarterbacks are granted at least one or two bad games. Was the Arizona State game bad? Oh, absolutely. One of the worst in his career. But I think what's the word I'm looking for here? That notion of how he sucks and he should never play college football again. Kind of silly. But if I was Utah right now, considering how derailed this season's already gotten, where you lose one that you shouldn't to on the road against Arizona State because your offense can't get anything going. Look at how many times they stalled in the red zone, and then you drop one at home and you don't lose at home very often against Arizona. I think, you'd pack it up, wait for next season, and play another full year. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist. You know how they're... what am I trying to say here? Without trying to sound like a total idiot. You know how there are those... Okay, for example, Aaron Rodgers, he didn't get surgery. He did other methods of, healing. I'm not saying Cam Rising's out here, smoking ayahuasca, being like, this is what will heal my knee. No, because obviously he probably had surgery. But I'm thinking it's just one of those tender injuries where if the surgery goes wrong, if it's botched surgery in any way, shape, or form, it could extend the process of recovery. Plus, everybody thinks, oh, you can recover from an ACL, MCL, whatever. You can get back within a year. It's some people don't. Some people straight up just don't recover because their body just can't heal. Your bones just don't get, your muscles, your bones don't just magically heal as you get older. It's actually the opposite. And so I'm thinking, I don't know. Plus, I think he probably, because what kept him out the majority of this season was the hand injury. I think he broke his hand. If I'm being 1,000% honest, I think he broke his hand, probably cut it up, but nobody talks about it because you can't find a photo anywhere of his hand, anywhere on the internet. I've looked, because they've kept that thing under wraps. Truthfully, I think he busted his hand, and I don't know, because it's been game day decision, ever since the Oklahoma State game. But now since he's out again, you might as well just pull the plug, let Isaac Wilson get some reps in, and then try to reload again for next year. Because what's Utah going to do? Fire Kyle Whittingham if they have a unsuccessful season? They're, 3 wins away from getting to a bowl game? And them winning a bowl game would probably, or even a bowl game appearance, would guarantee him, another year. You see what I mean? So, it's not a lose-lose situation. You get your quarterback healthy, you come back next year, it's fine. It's not a grift. It's not anything like that. Literally, we got tight ends playing for Miami who are on their 9th year. So injuries just a part of the game. I like the guarantee of, hey, you're guaranteed 4 years of playing, and he hasn't played 4 years, so you should give him another year. Okay. The other thing that I did want to talk about too, because there's reports of it, that the NCAA wanted to come out and do an investigation on Oregon for their 12th man on the field against Ohio State. I think it's pretty funny, and this is going to sound like a rant because it is. Why can't they just accept the fact that they freaking lost? Like, this is how much the college football landscape wants to shill for Ohio State. I'm not one that dives into controversy too much because I think college football is pretty clean sport, all things considered. Because I don't think there's too much tampering. Like, the better team usually wins majority of the time. But we've seen Ohio State give favoritism all the time. I mean, look back at the 2016 season. Penn State had the head-to-head and a Big Ten championship, and they still didn't go. They let Ohio State go get blipped 31-0 against Clemson. And so I think, there's a lot of love for Ohio State, and especially with this season bringing on, the transfer running back from Ole Miss, bringing on Will Howard. Like, roster-wise, they have the best roster on paper in the whole, landscape of college football, which is why they were even ranked really high in the preseason to now where they're the number two team in the country, going to Oregon. Oregon's found themselves to number 3 just by sheer luck, but winning also. But the favoritism to get Ohio State to number 2, it was already there. Okay, it's just because it's in the name Ohio State. And I think it's really funny now that the committee and the NCAA wants to come out with an investigation on, was there a loophole in cheating, this and that, when it's like, just accept the fact that you guys freaking lost. Like, leave it to Ohio State to, have that victim mentality of, everybody's against us. Like, first they were bitching about Michigan stealing signs, and now they're talking about Dan Lanning finding a way to beat them. And it's like, look, whether it was a smart, genius player or not, what everybody's going to forget is literally 2 plays earlier, Smith, Jeremiah Smith catches that ball. We're inside the 5-yard line. Like, everybody forgets about the 2 or 3 plays that happened before Will Howard's, bonehead play of sliding at the end of regulation. Plus, what the hell is he even thinking? He has 8 seconds, 7 seconds left. He needs to throw it to the boundary. You don't get tackled in the middle of the field. Like, there's just there's so many other plays that everybody's going to skip and look over and forget than rather accept, oh yeah, we kind of got outsmarted and we lost. Like, that 12th man on the play is not the reason why Ohio State lost the game. Ohio State lost the game because your quarterback overthrew the true freshman just a little bit down near the goal line on, I think it was first down, and then your quarterback makes a bonehead decision and slides inbounds under 15 seconds to go. I mean, I'm not a genius, but you put 2 and 2 together, it's like, there's a reason. Plus, I mean, look at how many points were scored. Both defenses sucked all freaking night. 30-plus points for both defenses, like the Duck defense and the Buckeye defense. Like, I'm not showing favoritism on either side of that, but, I mean, there's so much more. There's so much more to it. Do I think they would suspend Dan Lanning for a game? Yeah, but probably not for another 2 seasons. You see what I mean? Because, they let Jim Harbaugh walk away scot-free. They let, there's no bowl game suspension for Michigan this year for their scandal of cheating last year. The NCAA is going to drag their feet, and nothing's going to get done. So it's one of those, mew, 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 we're going to cry about it. But at the end of the day, just win the freaking game. You know what I mean? Oregon did not cheat. They found a loophole, and they studied it because they put themselves in that kind of situation to where, hey, if this ever happens, yeah, have another guy jump on. I know I might sound stupid for saying that, and I'm kind of not siding with cheating, but it's one of those where there was a penalty. They were penalized for 12 men on the field. What more could you want? Deny the penalty by Ohio State? Just deny it and say, no, let them have 12 players on the field. Reset. You see what I mean? It was resetted down. It's there's so many other, it's silly. It's silly for them to complain. But let's now, I've been yapping way too much. Let's get now into what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. Hold on. Bring up the display capture. Take our camera. Hold on. Wait. Let's make our camera a little bit smaller. Okay. All right. What we're going to do is where's our display capture? Put that up. Nope. Grab that. I'll go over here. Let's look at some of the games today. Oh. I'm trying to be too fancy. Trying to be way too freaking fancy. Dude, Indiana is putting it on Nebraska, dude. Hoosiers, I did not know your game. All right, so all these games had already been played. The Boston College versus Virginia Tech game, I probably would have picked Boston. I did pick the Hokies in the preseason, but just with how they've been playing lately, I probably would have picked Boston. Out of Oregon and Purdue, I would have picked Oregon. Florida State at Duke. In the preseason, I did have Florida State for this game. I would have picked Duke just because of with how stinky Florida State's been. Oklahoma State at BYU, I would have picked BYU. All right, now let's roll into it because we are live and some games are rolling right now. Like Clemson, it's showing right now. Clemson evened it up, and then they took the lead, so it's 17-10 somewhere around there. It's 24-14 for Louisville versus Miami. The Hoosiers are putting it on the Huskers right now, like 28-7. So there's a lot of teams that are getting wrecked right now, as we can see that they're live. So out of Miami and Louisville, I'm going to roll with Miami. Out of Virginia and Clemson, I'm going to roll with Clemson. Nebraska and Indiana, I was going to lean towards Nebraska and actually pick Nebraska, and that one's already biting me in the ass because look at how much Indiana's like wrecking them right now. Auburn and Missouri, I would have picked the Tigers. East Carolina Army, I would have picked Army. Wisconsin at Northwestern. Wisconsin. UCLA at the Rutgers, I would have picked the Rutgers. Wake Forest at UConn. Wake Forest. Arizona State at Cincy. I'm going to roll with the Sun Devils. The Raging Cajun against Coastal Carolina. I probably would have picked Coastal Carolina. South Carolina versus Oklahoma. OU, give me OU. All right. Then Central Michigan versus Eastern Michigan. Give me Central Michigan. Tulsa at Temple. Give me Temple. Alabama at Tennessee. I'm gonna run with the Vols this year. I think it's gonna be another classic, kind of like how 2022 was. And I'm gonna have the upset, and the fans are gonna storm the field, and it's gonna be like 2022 all over again. All right, Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. I mean, I talked about it a little bit earlier in the stream that Hayes King is out for this game. I mean, that's your leader. That's your quarterback. So I think I'm going to roll with the Irish on this one going into Georgia Tech and getting the win. Michigan versus Illinois. I'm going to roll with Illinois. Charlotte against Navy. I'm going to roll with Navy. NC State at Cal. I don't know. Is what's-his-face back yet? What was this? Cal McCord Stews. Syracuse to him. Oh my gosh, dude, they've sucked this year. They lost to Wake Forest? Dude. Oh my gosh. NC State's done a lot worse than I thought. Oh, is CJ Bailey the starter now? Is Grace McCall done? I haven't been keeping up with these boys. Well, dude, if that's the case, give me Cal. Houston at Kansas, give me Houston. Hawaii at Washington State, give me Wazoo. Texas State at Old Dominion, give me Old Dominion, why not? Ohio versus Miami, Ohio. You know, give me the home team. Kent State at Bowling Green, give me Bowling Green. Western Michigan at Buffalo, give me Western Michigan. Toledo at NIU, give me NIU. Nah, give me Toledo. UAB versus South Florida, give me South Florida. Dude, what's South Florida's record? 2-4? What? This team was rolling with Bama. Now they suck all of a sudden. Okay, give me the Roadrunners. Give me Tulane. Give me USC. Colorado at Arizona. Arrgh. Give me Arizona. Dude, something's got to go on with the Wildcats, man. They got to bounce back. All right, Baylor at Texas Tech. Give me Texas Tech. New Mexico at Utah State. Give me Utah State. Wyoming at San Jose State. Give me the Trojans. JMU versus Georgia Southern. Give me JMU. All right, Texas A&M at Mississippi State. Give me Texas A&M. LSU at Arkansas. Give me LSU. Ball State at Vanderbilt. Give me Vandy. Arkansas State at Southern Miss. Give me Arkansas State. Why not? All right, Georgia at Texas. Oh my gosh, this is a big freaking game. In the preseason, I did pick Texas, given Georgia their first loss. I didn't think Georgia was going to lose to Bama at that point in my prediction, but Kirby Smart and the Dogs having 2 losses on the season, I don't see it. That second loss, I would have to say, would be an SEC title game, or a second loss in the playoffs. Oh man. But then again, I'm not. Georgia has shown they're a suspect sometimes. Freak. Texas versus Georgia. Oh, come on. I don't know who's going to win this one. Either team could win it. Texas does have the better quarterback. Texas has the better tight end. Texas does not have a better running back room. Who has the better wide receivers? It's a tie. It's a tie. Who has the better... Ooh, Georgia might. Okay, Georgia might win this. They do have a better defense. Shit, I don't know. Dude, I don't freaking know. All right, UCF at Iowa State. Give me the Cyclones. Why not? All right, Kansas State at West Virginia. Yeah, give me K-State. All right, Iowa at Michigan State. Give me Iowa. North Texas at Memphis. Give me Memphis. Kentucky at Florida. In the Swamp. Give me Kentucky. Then SMU at Stanford. Give me SMU. Colorado State at Air Force. Give me Air Force. UNLV at Oregon State. Give me the Beavs. And then TCU at Utah. Because Utah's coming off of a loss. Wilson's getting another start. Give me Utah. Why not? Trying to bounce back against TCU. What's TCU's rank? They're 3-3. Okay. Yeah, that's who I got, guys. That is who I got. All right. What games? Anything else do I need to cover? No, I don't think there's much else that I got to cover. So that's my prediction on this. I'm going to edit these videos up, and then I'm going to try to get them posted out for y'all. But if you're watching, I thank you guys for watching. Sorry this stream was really clumpy, all over the place, just me rambling, talking to myself. We'll try to get it figured out and cleaned up. But stay tuned. We are going to do a watch along for this game, Alabama and Tennessee. And then later tonight, the big one, dude, Georgia and Texas. I'm going to pick... I don't think Texas is going undefeated. I really don't. Steve Sarkisian kind of has a mantra with him, kind of like how Lincoln Riley does, and Brian Kelly, where they lose the big games. And Kirby Smart's been in this big game before. He's played in these games before. Carson Beck has played in these big games before, but he's lost. Quinn Ewers has played in these big games before, but he's also lost. Look at Beck the last 2 times against Bama. Loss. I just think... Oh my gosh. I say a boom, chicka boom. We bring the boom. No, who shit, dude. I don't freaking know. All I know, and I said it in the preseason, and I said it in my prediction video, both for Georgia and Texas, that if Carson Beck or Quinn Ewers want to be in conversations to go to New York and be a Heisman finalist, they need to show up and show out in this game. And I think because everybody's talking about Ashton Jeanty right now, everybody's talking about Travis Hunter, and I get that. Oh, what's going on in Oklahoma? Oh my gosh. Pick six. OU, holy shit. It's almost halftime now, and they're down 24-0. Stinky, man. Stinky. Anyways, but a lot of people are talking about Gene T right now, and a lot of people are talking about Travis Hunter, which I think is fine. I don't think either team, I don't think either player is not deserving, if that makes sense. I mean, statistically, Gene T's the best player. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Best freaking player in the country. Sorry. I have a point to make here. Sorry. I'll get to it. Sorry. I don't know why I'm so freaking tired. Statistically, he's the best player in the country. And then Travis Hunter is a two-way player. But not only is he a two-way player, he's a great two-way player. Like, there's being a two-way player, but then you stink on offense or you stink on defense. No, he's good on both sides of the ball. I think Quinn was in conversations after the Michigan game. And then Milroe had his Wisconsin game. So then Milroe was in the driver's seat. And then Cam Ward's always kind of been that sneaky third, but he's also... But I think if you want to just brush all that aside, the Heisman's probably going to go to a quarterback. If Quinn Ewers wants to put himself in nominations, try to put himself in the driver's seat for it, he's got to have 4 touchdowns tonight, dude. Or at least, if not 4 through the air, at least 2 on the ground or 1 on the ground, and then 3 through the air or something. Like, he's got to light up the stat sheet. Because when it comes down to it, it's all said and done. Holy shit, I probably need to go take a nap. Gosh damn, I've been up since 7. But when it's all said and done, the quarterback who has these big wins and stuff, by the time we're all... Do they hand out the Heisman before or after? After. It's after conference play. But like, whichever quarterback has the biggest wins and stuff after the conference championship weekend, that's probably who's going to win it. And if, Ewers can win this game, or even for Beck, if Beck can win this game, there's no reason for them to be like, I don't know. Because, like, let's look at the offensive leaders right here. I think yards are an empty stat. I mean, yards take you only so far. What's most important is touchdowns. And look at this. Cam Ward, Kyle McCord, Garrett Nussmeier, sure. Like, they're not going to give Chandler Morris, you know what I mean? But, like, they'll look at Cam Ward's resume and they'll look and they'll go, okay, let's look at some of the games here. Yeah, and they'll go, oh yeah, okay, 5 touchdowns, okay, 4 touchdowns. Like, you know how it is. See, Carson Beck's down here. He's at 15. And so if Carson Beck has a 4 touchdown performance, that's going to shoot him up to around here with Kyle McCord. Like, you see what I mean? And then where's Quinn Ewers? Ooh. Dude, Jalen Milroe's all the way down here. Stinking up the joint. He's been stinking up the joint lately. But, like, because if we went off of yards and stuff, has Jackson Dart been playing like a Heisman? No. dude, I love this. I love seeing this. I love seeing how he's like 300 yards. And then, holy fuck. 17 touchdowns. Damn, bro. Damn. Bryson Daly with 14 touchdowns. I freaking love seeing that too, because triple option, baby. Is Nick Nash... Okay, Nick Nash is still up there. Does he have the most touchdowns? Yeah. Oh, Denzel Boston, Ricky White. Okay. Oh, this has kind of changed a little bit in the last couple weeks. Cam Scatterbo. There we go. He's made himself known. But, anyways, that's just my thoughts on that. Like, now where is Clears? Hold on, let me get something going here. Hold on, schedule. Let's look at something here real quick. Stanch. Okay, both of them have 9 touchdowns. Okay, that's another reason why too, is he's only played what? How many games has he played? How many games has this dude played? Ooh, okay, he was stinking up the joint. Well, kinda. Only 1 touchdown. If he had a 2 or 3 touchdown performance, that definitely would help his case. At least getting there, because statistically, yeah, Carson Beck's a lot better than him. But you see what I'm trying to say? I know we go all this way around just to come back to, like, we move the goalpost every single week. We change the narrative every single week on who's the Heisman frontrunner. Week to week on, okay, which quarterback played the best this week. Like right now, as Indiana is leading Nebraska, they're going to look at the quarterback for the Hoosiers and go, oh, okay, he's still... Because I remember, like, I think he was 5. They'll still have him hovering. Like, just because, again, whichever quarterback has the best performance, they're usually, like, the highlight of that week. They're what's on today's menu. You know, everybody loves them. We talk about them for the next week. And then sometimes they step back and regress, or they just, like how Ginty is, they keep moving forward and momentum keeps rolling. I think if Ewers or Beck want to make a case to be there, they got to have a big game tonight. But I've rambled way too much. Sorry that the last half of this little podcast was boring, but I'll check back. Oh, is Brady Cook back in? Oh, no, that's when he got injured there. Oh, it's halftime, sorry. They're showing halftime to the boring Mizzou game versus Auburn. But check back here for Tennessee versus Alabama. We'll do a little bit of a watch along. I'll see you guys then, okay? Peace.